What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm talking about baby products that I personally think that are completely not worth it. When it comes to baby products, there's so many things out there. If you're a new mom, it's honestly probably very overwhelming to you of how many baby products out there. You're probably wondering to yourself, do I actually need some of these? What is actually worth it? And it just can be an overwhelming list. And in this list I have 9 different things that I'm going to share with you guys that based on my personal experience, I just don't think they're worth having. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe for more weekly videos, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Also, if you hear any cooing or any little noises in the background, I actually have my daughter right next to me. She's just lounging here in this little pillow. Okay, so the first thing that I don't think is worth it, just because there is alternative options that are much cheaper, but it's the DockATot Top pillow. If you have this and you love it, then that's great, but personally for me, I just think it's an overpriced pillow. To be completely honest, I think it's close to $200 for this pillow, which is honestly just kind of ridiculous to me, to be honest. And I'm trying to say in the nicest way possible, because I know a lot of people love this pillow, but there are just so many cheaper options, and if you're looking for just like a nice lounge pillow, my daughter is on the Boppy pillow right now and she's obsessed with it. It's not exactly like the DockATot Top where they can just lay flat. This is more at an angle, but again, aside from that, there's so many other lounge pillows for babies that are much more affordable than that specific brand, because you're essentially paying for the brand name, and while it's really nice and aesthetically pleasing, looks really good, I just think it's way overpriced. I mean, close to $200. That's just my personal opinion, and I say this because they're just alternative cheaper options out there, and if you think about it, it's a pillow. Next thing is a bottle. Sorry, I just startled her when I clapped. Sorry. Next thing is a bottle sterilizer. I personally don't think it's worth it. And I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys, because I haven't ever shared this, and I don't think any other moms really have shared this before, but hot water and soap works just fine to clean bottles. I mean, I get you want things sterile and clean for your baby, but to be completely honest, I mean, how long are you gonna do that for until you get really sick of that whole process? And again, hot water and soap, in my opinion, works perfectly fine. I have done it with both kids, still doing it with one because I have a newborn, she's 7 weeks old. Nathan as well. I never used any sterilizers, I never sterilized anything. I literally just washed everything with hot water and soap. So that's just one thing I feel like we could just save on. Don't worry about it. Hot water and soap does the trick from one mom to another. Next one is baby food blenders / processors. I just think it's kind of, honestly, I'm sorry, but kind of stupid to spend money on these kind of things, because if you have a blender, that works perfectly fine. It does the exact same thing. See, these brands try to find other ways to make money and stuff like that and sell different types of products, and this is just a mini blender, honestly, like a Magic Bullet. Even you could just use a regular big blender to just blend everything. What I do to make homemade baby food, I just steam it and then I will blend it in my blender. I have a Ninja where it has just a smaller container that I can use and just make my baby food, those smaller batches. But honestly, you just save your money on the baby food processors and blenders and just use what you have. Trust me, it works perfectly fine and you'll save $200. Okay, next one is baby shoes. So believe it or not, I really do not think they're worth purchasing. My daughter does not have any shoes for her age. She just wears cute little socks. See the little foot right there? She just wears socks the whole time. It's like this for multiple reasons. One, they come off all the time and you can't keep them on. I have a hard time keeping her little socks on, for goodness sake. So keeping shoes on is definitely not a challenge. And second, it's also actually way better for their development in growing and learning to walk and crawling and things like that when they don't have shoes on, if you just let them use their bare feet or with socks on. And personally, I don't start buying shoes for my kids once they're very close to walking or really good crawlers and standing up on their own and things like that. Next one is fabric baby bibs. So I say this because there's just so many better bibs out there. When I was making my registry and things like that, the types of bibs that I requested are just those fabric ones, which I don't know why I did, because they are a pain in the butt to clean. You're eating multiple times a day and like you're just constantly throwing them in the wash or scrubbing them so that way you can use them again, and they're just like, and they have to dry because they're fabric, right? And so I would just say don't buy those, buy these instead. I would say get these silicone ones instead. They are so easy to clean. It just wipes right off. You just run it through some water, some soap, wash it out. Plus it catches all the stuff that they drop, because they literally drop over half of what you give them. Save your money on those fabric ones. Don't buy those. Those are crap, honestly. Sorry. Learn from my mistakes. Buy these instead. You can literally just buy one, get away with one, and they're super cheap as well. Okay, next one is pacifier and bottle wipes. Honestly, that's just, sorry, but it's totally unnecessary. Just use water. It's perfectly fine. And you know what I do? I just use my mouth. So if my babies drop their pacifiers, I just take it, run it through my mouth, and put it back in theirs. Judge me if you want. Personally, I don't care. Totally don't think they're worth it. I mean, they're super cheap and it's fine if you really want them, but I just think it's another extra thing that you have to remember to pack and to have and to purchase, and it's just really annoying. Next one is baby oil. Personally, I don't think they're worth purchasing, to be completely honest, because I just like to use what I have in my own kitchen. So you know what I use? I love using just straight up olive oil. I also love using coconut oil, and then I also will use petroleum jelly as well. So those are the three type of things I will put on my baby's bottom. Just one thing, you know, you could just totally save your money on. I know they're not super expensive and you probably don't really buy them that often because, you know, you don't have to use a ton of it. You could just easily just use what you already have. Most of us have olive oil, most of us have coconut oil, petroleum jelly. All those things work perfectly fine and amazing. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Next one is baby detergent. Again, judge me if you want, but I have been washing my kids' clothes with just our regular detergent since they were born. So, and I've had no issues with anything with their skin or anything like that. Now, I know there are some babies out there that are more sensitive, so obviously, you know, take this information and then decide what's best for your family. Obviously, if your baby has sensitive skin, then, you know, you would have to look into something that will help them with that. And I think a lot of times, yes, you could probably get baby detergent that's, you know, specially for that. However, my kids are perfectly fine. I never had any issues with their skin, thankfully. You're in the same situation where your kids are good, they don't have any issues with their like skin sensitivity, regular detergent is just fine. Just look for the ones that say are free and clear from perfumes and dyes. Those are going to work great for your clothing, their clothing, and it's literally the same thing as like a baby detergent because they have to be free and clear of, like, you know, all those dyes and perfumes and scents and things like that. So keep that in mind. And the ninth and final one is tons of newborn clothing and diapers and things like that. They grow like weeds, you guys. I think it's a good idea to have just like a handful of like newborn diapers and a handful of newborn footy pajamas, just those things, because they grow out of it like that. And you know, I had a small baby. Well, I mean, she was average. She was born 7 pounds, and she got out of her newborn clothes, I would say probably in like 3 weeks. She outgrew them. And she was good to wear 0 to 3 months. Obviously, they were still a little bit big on her, but she was still able to wear them. So that just gives you an idea if you're a new mom, just kind of something to base off of. My son, however, he was born almost at 9 pounds, and he didn't fit into newborn clothes, maybe for like half a week, and that's it. Just for reference, for like footy pajamas, that's all I bought for her for newborn size, is probably I got like 5 or 6, and I would just rotate them and wash them and dry them for her, so that way, because I knew she was only going to wear them for a few weeks, and I just didn't want to spend all this money on a tiny little piece of clothing that would only last a few weeks. And that's just what I did for reference. Okay, so we made it to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing just baby products and things that are totally not worth it. Again, this is based on my personal opinion. Of course, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on things, what you think are worth having and not worth having. Leave them in the comment section down below, because I feel like it's great for especially like new moms out there to hear what other moms, based on their experience, think is worth it and not worth having. And again, subscribe if you're new for more weekly videos, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye!